Imagine saying goodbye and then getting the news that it was the last time. You don't know if you're gonna be at this city or this place, if you're gonna see it in the same way that you see it right now. You just need to go and you go. At 5:30 in the morning, Uliana woke me up with the phone in her hands and saying like, "Mom, Dad is calling." And I took the phone and he was screaming like, "Nastia, please, the war has started. You need to go right now." And I took the car and I just left everything behind. And I was driving for 24 hours to get to Poland. I slept a few hours and then I woke up, I realized. I opened my phone and see the news. I was like, this is so surreal. Because yesterday you had a happy life at your place and it's just like this, 1 hour and you're already in a different reality. What you can feel in this moment, it's full of emptiness and questions. It's like, it's a big question and nothing else.
Да, вначале мы прятались в погребе, да?
She's saying how was the way to get out of Mariupol. So I'm saving all that I think is important to just show to the people what's going on and what's the real situation right now. If you're Ukrainian and now you've fled your country, we must use our channels as for the news to bring the truth out. Most of the media in Russia, they are under control. Some of the people, they don't even have an access to find the truth. So I can understand that they feel like they cannot do anything. But this is not the real story because the power can be still in the hands of the people. This is the biggest difference between Ukrainians and Russians, that we can sacrifice everything that we have if we need to fight for our rights. To do nothing is not a solution. So the best thing we'll do is to start fundraiser. Since we started it in the beginning of March, we gathered 23K with the people, and then I put on top like 20 more K from my fees. As more gigs I do, as more money I make to donate, this is my mission. It's small, but it's something. So today I made a post about Nina Kravitz, that she's keeping silence for the second month already. She doesn't post anything, she didn't make her statement about war in Ukraine, and I think this is wrong, and my aim was not about canceling someone, it's more about to make people speak out. And with her post about peace in social media, in Instagram, made me feel crazy. And today I finally made my point and I made this post and I don't regret. I wish for her to make a statement and to write something about what she thinks, because I know she's a super patriot and I don't mind, you know, you have a right to be a patriot of your country, I respect that. But if I will be Russian, I will be so loud about that it's wrong because people give you power. So you are responsible for that. It's like a president. You cannot keep the silence if something is happening, you know? And if people think that I'm wrong in this situation, I think that this industry is sick. Now it's kind of a mess. My agent is going crazy because everyone is calling him like big festivals, big bosses, telling me if you don't delete this post, they're gonna cancel all of the shows of you, like all of the festivals. I told to my agent, I said like, Miguel, look, from the bottom of my heart, at this point, right now, I honestly don't care. Whatever is happening, it's mine. I'm taking the responsibility for this. That was my decision. So you cannot change it. I'm not gonna delete my post. Пришла, потявкала и получила пиздюлей. Ну, какова цена вообще этого всего, если они так себя ведут? Значит, когда я кричу, типа, почему вы все молчите, они не реагируют. Как только я затронула очень трогательную тему, так все сразу сполошились, понимаешь? I'm a little bit crazy today.
Don't worry.
To play is very hard. It's like I will shake coming to the stage.
Hello, follow me.
At the same time, the problem is that people would say how you can party when people are dying, how you can go to your tour if we are here in a war. They think that DJing it's about parties, take drugs and have fun and drink, but I'm not having the party, I'm doing my job, this is my profession. The power of music in my state is not enough powerful to cover my feelings. At the moment right now, it hurts a lot. And I'm sitting here with this hairstyle and makeup, trying to be normal and be like always, but it's just a mask. Originally, I'm a dancer, dancing since I was born. And then when I was 13, I used to come to the club and dance in the middle of the dance floor. I really loved to dance the whole night, you know, like all night long and express myself because the mirror was not enough for me. And I thought, like, what else can be that would help me to keep on going in this way? And I was thinking, like, maybe I should learn how to DJ, actually. I was very quick to get it, and my first gig ever, I was shaking. I wanted to show myself as a good DJ from my first gig, you know. And since that, people started to invite me more and more, and that's how I started to travel around. And my key as a DJ at that time was that I still was a dancer. And then in 2006, we had this Kazanti festival, and I was closing the stage. That was the set when someone filmed me in a green dress. I was like so expressive on that video, like screaming, you know, enjoying. Super happy. When this video was going around the world, I was like, I don't want to be that image. I don't want to be that image that I'm crazy girl screaming in a DJ booth. It was just one moment. It wasn't like me, like I'm always like that. No. And that's the point when kind of resistance came out from me. And that's how I started to rebuild my style, to go deeper into the music genres and get more underground. I'm playing at World Session today. World Session is one of the most respected promo groups in the city. I'm feeling quite anxious and nervous because to come here for a gig, it's one thing, but to live here right now and try to integrate in the scene, it's another story. Yeah, it's a little bit more pressure than usual. Thank you. Thank you. So fine. The whole thing for me always been about being respected. Being a pretty girl from nowhere, having a cheesy image was not easy to break it and just prove that I can be different and I can get your respect.
was on fire with you, man. Like,
You think so? I didn't feel it.
no?
Mm-mm.
For real?
I think it's because I got too nervous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that nobody saw anything of that while you were performing. Like for real. Like I don't think that at all.
I don't know.
No.
I mean,
But you will hear it. You will get feedback from people later on. 100% sure.
I don't know.
I'm sure.
To be honest,
You're always most critical about yourself.
yeah,
It's
I am.
always the case.
I am, yes.
But you're keeping so strong, Nastia. You can be so insanely proud of yourself, honestly.
Thank
You
you.
know? But we're here. The house is almost in a week ready. Everything is gonna calm down a little bit for you, and we'll find a way to continue.
Now we are going to the next place where I'm gonna stay for the next 10 days. And this one is coming from Arnaud. Hey. So is there anything else that you want to explain me?
Yeah, let's see. Keys, first and foremost.
Thank you. I never asked people for something. It's all about humanity, that we are talking so much, but most of the things that we see now, especially me, in my home, is something that's not about humans, but I see humans around me everywhere I go, and it's a beautiful thing. And of course, I have a smile for that. How I can make a bet for Uliana?
Yeah, so...
Today is a special day because I'm gonna meet Uliana, my daughter. I haven't seen her since 15th of March, almost 1 month. I miss her voice. I miss her touch. I really want to touch her, you know, like this, just to be able to grab her and cuddle, and you know, because she's a beautiful person.
Алло,
Алло, привет.
привет, привет.
Ну что, ты уже в самолете?
Почти, почти.
So when I was planning to fly out on 24th, I was supposed to take Uliana with me, but the war started earlier. And then I made a decision to take her to Florence. Thanks God I have some friends there. She's 14 years old, lived in Florence for the last month, you know, managing her life. I always wanted her to experience independent life in this age, because when I was 13, I was living in the village by myself, looking after the house, going to the school, because my parents were having a job in Russia. That's how I learned how to be responsible for myself. When my mother was leaving me, the last thing she told me, I believe in you, I trust you. And the same words I told to Uliana. Типа, как гейт, ну типа Airwells 2, да? Давай.
Давай, пожалуйста, быстрее.
Да, бегу, малыш, бегу, прости. Hello. Привет. Бегу, прости, пожалуйста.
Из-за того, что она и в детстве, ну, всю жизнь уже мою, диджеет, так сказать, я к этому как бы привыкла. И, в принципе, ну, то есть у нас уже есть свой режим, и я привыкла к ее долгим, любым путешествиям. Для меня это уже, не знаю, ну, нормально.
Uliana was born in January 2008. I was 20 years old. And I was happy to give her a life. But I had like quite depressive first 2 years of her life. The hardest thing is that when you come back from the night, you feel tired, you want to sleep, and she's waking up. And then you maybe have another flight, need to go to the airport, and you're responsible for yourself, but also for someone else. It's double job. I always felt like, I don't want to be, like, you know, coming back home wasted, and Uliana is waiting for me. She was kind of keeping me away from all the wrong things that DJ do, losing yourself in this environment. Of course, as every good parent who is not able to grow his child in a classic way that we imagine, you're always having thoughts that I did it wrong, this is my mistake. I always need to choose and put priorities, you know. Sometimes I also see good things of those priorities that I choose and I follow. I'm not a refugee in a classic way, and DJing, of course, gives you an opportunities to feel safe and more confident about tomorrow. A good thing about my decision to be a DJ. I'm planning to go back to Ukraine, to Kyiv, to my home. For me, it's clear that I will not be able to come back there and live my life for a while. My car is in Warsaw right now, and if I go by car, this will take me 10 hours and 10 minutes at the moment. The 10 hours is nothing. I was driving 24. Of course, it will be heartbreaking because it's not my comeback. It's just visiting. It scares me. It scares me because I want everything to be the same, of course. If I wouldn't take Uliana here, she wouldn't forgive me. She was the one who was missing this place with lots of emotions every day, crying, regretting, being angry. And I cannot imagine traveling here without her. Алло, мам, привет.
Привет, что, ты уже едешь?
Да, мы вот выезжаем сейчас. Ну, нам час ехать, показывает карта.
Ну, час это если по прямой, там же не сделали мост. Да главное, чтобы ты не нырнула, потому что Алена говорила, что легковая ночью, наверное, ехали, не заметили, что моста нету, и, короче, разбились.
Офигеть.
Упала машина, да, и ребенок, и планшеты валяются по дороге, и машина там провалилась, короче.
Я поняла. Не-не, ну я думаю, там знаки по-любому будут стоять. Я еду утром, мне как бы все видно, понятно. Mother is mother. You just want to cheer her up, support, and give her a hug, and just want to remind my mother that I'm still here for her. Old generation doesn't want to live because they live their lives. This war is much harder than for young people because when you live your life at some place, there is everything you have, everything you build. If you trick your mind, if I stop thinking that some of the kind of circumstances will not let me see her again or soon. For example, before the war, I used to visit her once in a month. This way is easier to think. When the Russian army was around this area, every day could be the day when they would enter her village, and only God knows what they could do. Да нет, это не важно. Привет. О. Привет. Привет. Ой, сколько репортеров. Не ждала? Не ждала нас, что мы придем в Киев. Пойдем? Я еще этим занималась. Мы вчера приехали, я была в таком очень состоянии. Не знаю, мне кажется, я реально по натуре дальнобойщица. Я уже столько накатала этих километров. Поэтому... Да, но на самом деле я не пожалела, потому что мы выехали как раз на рассвете. Мы в 6:30 прошли границу. Выехали на рассвете, и, так красиво. Такая дорога вообще крутая, шикарная была. Все цветет, мам, тут просто по трассе. Эти вишни, абрикосы, не знаю, что это цветет, но столько деревьев и одуванчиков вот этих желтых, они усыпают эту зеленую траву яркую. Деревья только, знаешь, дали вот первую зелень, такие пушистые стоят. В общем, очень красиво. Что у тебя с работы? Все прекрасно, не на что жаловаться. Работы много, поездок много. Даже больше, чем хотелось бы. Боже, я засыпаю просто. Ну, я тупо засыпаю. Что делать?
Есть и спать ложиться.
«20 февраля она меня привезла сюда с собакой. И все, и она уехала, больше мы не виделись. Вчера приехала такая же худая, замученная. Она вообще очень эмоциональная. Все через себя пропускает. И плохое, и хорошее.
Ну, насколько-то теперь мы остаемся.
Не знаю.
Не плачь. Я не плачу. Ты хочешь, я плачу.
Насколько? Не знаю, мам. Летом должна как-то вырваться сюда.
Ну, на самом деле, я рада, что приехала хотя бы, типа, на 3 дня, на 4, но все равно. Это лучше, чем ничего. И хоть мне сложно сейчас здесь, но все равно. Я надеюсь, я постараюсь приехать в Киев летом, закончится это или нет, потому что мне нужен этот город, потому что он мой родной, и я хочу здесь находиться. Все равно война, не война, вообще.
Пока! Уль, не расстраивайся. Все будет в порядке. Вернешься. We're gonna drive through the cities which were occupied by Russian army. They were like destroying everything, stealing things from the houses, raping women, torturing men, and making mass graves. I've been posting so much about it. I just want to see how it looks in real life. Try to feel how it is to be in a place which you cannot leave when someone is coming and doing to you whatever he wants. It's a genocide, and I want to be there to understand a little bit more, as much as I can, about what happened. Я думала, что смотреть это все через картинки в новостях, это, оно выглядит все сюрреалистично, и ты как бы не веришь, что это реально происходит. Но даже находясь здесь, я смотрю на это и понимаю, что даже здесь мое сознание отказывается верить в то, что это произошло и продолжает происходить. И вот этот вот маленький фрагмент, это же просто малейшая часть от того, что происходит в Мариуполе. Я как будто бы не дома. If I look here, it looks like spring and people are walking, cars are driving. But if I look on the right, I can see that things are not the same anymore. But still, there is a hope that this will come to end soon. You know, it's harder and harder to ask for donations because people do a lot. But I understand that if we would know already that it stopped and we need to rebuild everything and just rebuild and recover from this madness, then it will be easier. But because it didn't stop yet, everyone needs help. I'm looking at all of these broken windows and I can understand that people will need to come back and fix those things. And this is just a little part. People get tired from the news, people get tired from the war, especially if this war is not in their own country and it's somewhere far away called Ukraine. I still wish that people will give a little bit more and more, and I will continue to ask for that.
I think that our scene is fragile in the end. And I wish that international music scene will be more active in changing things, you know. And what I see that it's a certain kind of a comfort zone which people try to protect, and they don't want to be involved, and they don't want the music to be involved in politics or something like war. It's a big panorama, huge picture of how our scene is truly. You can analyze it and you can see things, good things, bad things. I just see it my way, and I think that everyone see it in a different way. It depends on his or her own experience. My experience is just my experience. It's just a very hot topic which brings out so much discussion. But there is a fact that Russia invaded Ukraine, and there is no more things that you can argue with. There is no arguments to not accept it. I think the fact that I'm not able to stay here is just, you know, destroying me a little bit. It's like when you take a child away from the mother, you feel this disconnection and you feel like you're missing each other and you need each other. And this is how I feel about living in the city. Again, for nobody knows how long, Kiev took a special place in my heart, and coming back here right now, it became so clear which place it takes in my life. There is nothing worse for me than living it. I will see it in my dreams for sure, until I come back.